Do you think we should make the penis wall a Patreon part?
Yeah.
A Patreon exclusive?
100%.
The first of the month, we show the...
Yeah. If you would like to see our nudie calendar wall of the last, 3 years, let us know, and we'll throw that on Patreon. First of the month, you'll see all the new nudie boys. Pretty cute little red.
Well, I was going to say, the 3 of the 4 calendars are gingers.
Yeah.
It's the red hot...
Red Hot Cocks.
Red Hot 100, yeah. Really bold to open up with a visual that
you
cannot be.
That you can't see. We can put it on the $1 tier.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is soimwatching RuPaul's Drag Race, Season 15, Episode 6.
Old Friends Gold.
Because new friends silver, old friends gold.
Just some very gentle Ru choreography.
Oh, this was a good episode. There was some drama behind the scenes with Mistress in Malaysia. Mistress is playing. Malaysia doesn't seem to be.
Yeah. Mistress might think she's playing, but Malaysia is fighting back.
I like Mistress. She is slightly challenging in that way because she does love to pick. She's very upfront about it, and she is very equal opportunity, but she definitely feels like a little bit of the old world, the little bit of the older school pageant, dressing room, drag banter stuff.
I feel that.
She gives me Glee, like she's trying to see what she can get away with,
Okay.
Like she's trying to see how many buttons she can push.
Yeah. It looks like it's going to come to a head next week.
Yeah.
Or perhaps tonight in Untucked.
So, we're not watching Untucked. I've watched a couple of them, but it's just too difficult to have that hour-long block in the middle, and so I know
our timing doesn't work out.
Yeah, sometimes I watch it later, and so because I knew I was waiting for a thing. The other thing I like about Mistress is she has these moments of very sage wisdom, and I know that she worked a lot with the twins, and that she'll dish it out, but she'll also be one of the first to kind of help you and stuff. And I mentioned that it gives very Bianca because I was listening to. I cannot remember. I think it was Bob and Monet. Okay. I listened to different behind the scenes stuff here and there, depending on my availability. And they were talking about, I think it was Mira Mangle. They were talking about how there are certain queens that have even won seasons ago that if they competed now, they wouldn't I think they said Bianca Del Rio. It's like what she was doing probably wouldn't go over.
We're sort of past that. Yeah. And so the show is, I think. Yeah,
I find it interesting how it's growing and what the show has done for better and worse. I find it all very interesting, and I'm just happy to be able to sit back and watch.
Sure. So
they had a challenge. It was the challenges this season are layered.
What did I say? Hat? Like it's like a hat on a hat?
Yeah.
It's very,
Because they picked their own groups very quickly, and they were Golden Girls, and then they were singing a genre of music, and they had to write their own verses, and then they had to choreograph it, and it was, I mean, a lot of those things are standard challenges on the show, but it just feels like there's layers. It feels like it's real deep.
It's just very like a challenge on a challenge on a challenge, whereas...
Especially if you're going to throw out 2 of the genres, country and heavy metal, those are flavors that are not just like, that not everyone just has an immediate grasp on.
Yeah, like nobody did like a pop song.
Titanic. I liked the TRL. I forgot what they called it. I just remember Ross was Carson Gailey.
Oh, yeah.
Total RuQuest Live.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, they were fighting over metal. I find that usually when the fighting gets that intense, nobody wins.
Yeah.
I think that they all did
I don't think anybody, because I didn't even notice Anitra not saying all of her.
I was having a hard time. I was so marveled by their old age makeup
and
trying to paying attention to the lyrics that I kind of lost who was who.
Yeah.
There was only a handful of them that really stuck out to me.
I did also want to say that, like, when they were fighting over metal versus country, Jax was there in the pinch to be like, that's cool, then we'll just take hip hop.
That was, I said that was very Diabetti of Jax to be like.
Very, very funny. Like, okay.
But I think I think the country I preferred.
I think the country was probably my favorite.
I think it was slightly more cohesive.
Yeah.
Probably country, hip hop, and then metal. Mm-hmm. That's not to say metal wasn't good, but
I think that Sasha kind of outshone, although I thought Sasha was the best one.
She was. Aura's a really good performer. Like, she has really good stage presence.
I think this was a challenge where we could have used Michelle behind the scenes.
Directing?
Yeah, because Michelle would have brought that up as a note and been like, but you really struggled behind the scenes. And Aura was just being really precious about like, oh, I'm going to ruin my voice. And I'm like, you're screaming for like 30 seconds. You're going to be absolutely fine. It's when you do it wrong for like a career that it's bad. I don't know. I
found that the country lyrics, like their verses, I think complemented each other.
That I agree with, yeah.
Because they were talking about how they were friends.
Yeah.
Like they were a friend group that found each other later in life.
Yeah.
Where the heavy metal, they were all old and they all peed the bed.
What the fuck?
I think they thought it was funny.
I mean, it's not funny, but it also just sort of makes me sad.
Yeah, I was going to say I was like, oh, that's unfortunate.
Also, it just kept making me
But it was one note as well.
Of Megan. Like, if we know one thing about these bitches, it's that they're going to pee the bed, just like it's like she's not flushing the toilet in Megan. And I was just like, why is this a weird plot point? I don't know. It's not my favorite.
But but it was largely good. Who was the middle? The metal was the middle one.
Mm-hmm. Hip hop was the last one.
One of them, Rue, was stone faced the entire time. Like Megan Stalter was loving it.
I think she was stone faced during the hip hop one.
Was it the hip hop one? I couldn't remember if it was the hip hop.
It was a little one of them. Boring.
Rue, like because she was laughing away during the country one, and then she just was. Also, I kind of love it. The trends are trends. You can't beat them, so you might as well join them. But the chokehold that Euphoria has on the entire makeup industry, all of these lines and dots and like...
I love it, personally, but yeah, you're right. It is very trendy.
So...
But you are also right. Meg Stalter was like delighted by the whole experience. She was having a great time.
Her jokes and her brand of comedy suited this more than I would have.
I love that she just was like stating like sort of facts and being like, I'm amazing at this.
She was, but I think one of the reasons why she was good is because she was also just delighted to be there.
Yeah.
That's always fun.
We apparently have to watch Hacks because it's supposedly literally incredible, and Meg Stalter is on it as well. I do also love that she introduced herself by just saying, hi, gay.
So that does bring us to the runway, I think. We had the old gays as picked.
Oh, cute.
I found this to be a slightly baffling runway because, with maybe two exceptions, because it was tie-dye. Yeah. It was tie-dye 4. But I want to know the prompt they got, because with maybe like two exceptions, everyone was hideous. So I'm sort of like...
Yes, with two or three exceptions, everyone's was hideous. And then also, what the fuck was Marsha wearing?
I have no idea. It was like... It felt like the counterpart to the dentist.
Yeah.
Like, it just, instead of a nosebleed, I don't know. Because I love Marsha, and I thought she was great in the challenge. But...
Well, and also, it's like I said, we'll get there.
We'll get to it.
Get there, yeah.
Okay.
Also, it was so fast. I don't care about this at all. It's nothing. I mean...
Next! I mean, that's how the runway was. Okay, no, it's what I was going to say is I think she looks gorgeous.
Of course,
I think her face and her makeup look gorgeous.
Of course.
I love her face. I love his face. I love her face. It just keeps giving. And it's so, like, she has a long face. And as you mentioned, pointed features.
A lot of points, yeah. A brownish, pointy, what is it, a brownish area with points?
Hitting these pop culture.
Yeah, we're really just 15 years late.
But that kind of face, it's a good face for drag. And it can come off very over the top or very campy, but yet I actually find him so handsome.
Oh, yeah,
I find him
too.
very suave.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit tricky. So I love the hair and the makeup, and I like the pink and blue. I like the color, and I like facets of this, but I don't get it.
What are these? Well, it's just like two weird
it wasn't until
rhomboids of fabric.
It wasn't until Ross was like, you remind me of the girls that would tie the
sweat. That part.
But I didn't even realize what that was.
Yeah.
And then what are the parts on the legs? I don't get it.
No, I don't get
like the colors that I'm seeing.
I like the brownish area with points.
Well, and she's got this like green sparkle on the. I don't know. I really
I'd like to
it.
hear her explanation.
Yeah, I want. What do you think you did?
Yeah.
Because I can't. I think it's funny that you said it's nothing to you because it's not even. I can't even go as far as say that it's bad or that I don't. Like
I don't think it's bad.
I just don't know that I'm like, what is it?
It doesn't look like anything to me.
So I'm very baffled by this.
Disgusting. So ugly. You know what? The orange didn't even ping me until they said something, but like, what is this? And the wig, I feel like Jax does not have a handle on wigs. Like, what wigs are going with what outfits.
Maybe she has a wheel backstage.
It's just like a big Price is Right wheel.
I mean, it's giving me Nickelodeon.
Okay.
But not intentionally.
Yeah, by
accident. It was intentionally Nickelodeon.
Sure. Yeah.
We're not normally this. We don't normally come down this hard.
It was bonker. It truly was baffling to me. I just was sort of like, what is anybody wearing?
Like, what are the holes in the jeans?
Because they're almost chaps, but one of them doesn't have a bottom part. Distressed Nickelodeon logo? I don't know.
It looks like a Dr. Seuss character.
Sure. And the only reason none of this is in our like live coverage of it is because it happened so fast.
We were speechless. This is a really the timing of this to come down this hard on this runway because it's also very in vogue. Like the queens are sort of I'm speaking broadly.
Yeah.
Some people are like do away with commentary shows and commentators and stuff.
Sorry.
So we're not big boo hiss people. We're 6 episodes in. Yeah. I mean, this is my shitty opinion.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So it's terrible.
We don't mean anything to you. You can stop watching.
No, I think all of you are great, and
also is that like a chunky heel? Like a chunky heeled pump? I don't know. It's not for me. Not it. No, they're not. Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
This is pretty.
This is good. I love it. I love from the waist up, from the hips up. But then I was like, oh, because it takes it from, I like the juxtaposition of the tie-dye with what I thought was going to be like a gown. Like a 40s, 50s evening gown.
Even if it was like T-length.
But
like a Dior, like a T-length Dior, yeah.
But then this takes it to 80s prom, which I'm like, have we not seen that from
her
Lucy
too, yeah.
already several times? But I do think she looks great. And she did fantastic.
Yeah, she did really good, yeah. This is stunning. I'm like, actually, look at that this fucking swirl,
this
too.
freeze frame. I mentioned in some of our earlier coverage that I was like, Robin Fierce is the one that's still missing for me. She's just not... there's just something about her that was not jumping out at me. And I hate that it took to this for me to be like, yes, this bitch.
Yeah.
And then we thought she did a great job in the lip sync.
Yeah.
The way I said it was, I was like, Jax was absolutely dancing. Like Jax was was like doing the lip sync. She, to me, was performing it.
She was performing the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I liked.
It's one of those things where it's just sort of like I mentioned it gives me, there's a Roberto Cavalli line that is like one of my top 5.
It's very beautiful.
And it's a lot of this.
This one actually might be my favorite of the night.
Really?
I like the shoulder piece. I like the dark purple wig. I like the kind of like cotton candy popsicle vibe.
I am loving Mistress's runways, and I'm loving that she's not falling into the trap that it seems like a lot of the bigger girls do, where it's not translating. Because a lot of times they'll say things like, oh, if a skinny queen wore this, you would love it. But because I'm bigger, it doesn't work or something. And she's not having that issue.
That, yeah. She's very like Eureka. I'm getting the same, because Eureka knows how to dress herself too. In the same way where she also doesn't end up having to say that. I don't know if it's her eye for detail that she gives us enough to look at, because I don't think this is reductive. I don't mean it reductive, but it's a bigger canvas. I mean, so sometimes there just needs to be something extra, and
sometimes people that results in
too much.
Busy.
Yeah.
And I'm not finding that issue with her. I think
she's doing the spin around in front of a mirror and take one thing off. I think that's what she's doing.
I am loving her runways. Gorgeous.
It's it's fine. I like the wig a lot. The like weird gradiated wig.
The thing I'm finding,
I hate the colors. Those are all of my least favorite colors. And there was so much purple on the runway that like
I like this a lot. I like that it's slightly different for her.
I think it's a lot different for her.
Yeah.
And I like the wig.
I think there's a disconnect between the hair and makeup and the dress. I don't know if it's just because the dress is red and blue, and then we get this much more aqua, violet, like a lot of jewel tones with
a bright red,
but a very handmade tie dye.
Sure.
Like it's hard.
I'm still
like the hair colors are so vibrant.
Yeah.
And that's sort of like a dyed.
Yeah. I also am still, I need to know what the actual prompt was. Because this does not read as like the first thing I would think of looking at this is not tie-dye. It's pizza.
You are savage
I don't mean that in an insulting way. Tell me that doesn't look like pizza.
This is a pizza.
The face is fantastic, though. That is the makeup's.
But I do think there's a disconnect.
Okay, what the literal fuck? Again, I like it, and it's interesting.
Is there a pun we're missing?
Tie-dye to die for. I don't think so.
Because
that's what I need to know the prompt. This is such an outlier to the rest of them.
Nothing's tie-dyed.
Nothing's tie-dyed.
She has a nosebleed.
She's not dying, nor is she tied up. I don't know.
If there's, let us know. This
is certainly tie-dye, right on prompt. Love it. Fine.
Well, it would almost register as like hacky to me if she didn't do it so well. Because it's just like a tie-dye bodysuit that I believe you could get.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though, and this goes to Jax's as well. Why does the hat look like dripping paint? That is not tie-dye.
No, I'm gonna fight you on that. I think that absolutely is like. I think that suits it.
Okay, it's not tie-dye,
but it's dripping tie-dye.
Okay, describe what you think a snow cone is again.
I think it's like drippy paint.
That's not how you tie-dye.
It could be.
It's not.
It could be the dye dripping from the tie.
What do you think tie-dye is?
No, her makeup
is amazing.
The makeup and the hat really, really, I guess it's a hat, really works for me.
Yeah, it's like a headpiece-y kind of thing.
She gives, I mentioned this previously, and I'll go ahead and say it here, but one of my favorite things about Sasha is that she knows when to be quiet, and she knows when to just sort of take a step back and let things be. And it's like, I saw a tweet, I don't remember who said it, but it was very interesting, where they were like, this current sort of like career renaissance that Paris Hilton is having is the biggest evidence for the benefit of shutting up. Like, sometimes if you just shut up and let people think whatever they want about you, it can do wonders, because it's just like, she's just not saying anything. Yeah. She just looks good and is sort of having, like I said, this renaissance. Yeah. And the Sasha, it gives me that, because it's like, she just knows when to like go for it, like the heavy metal routine. And she also knows when to take a step back and let.
Well, and she's being very classy about it too. I love it.
And dropping history lessons.
Love it. Yeah, Ross.
Had to hear that again. Winner. I
love it.
Yeah.
I love it a lot.
I like it a lot too. I mentioned in our coverage, it was giving me boy. Like, this is just like a boy out. Like, I could see.
Like, if Timothée Chalamet showed up to the Oscars wearing this exactly, jewelry and everything.
Not the wig, but.
Kind of the wig too.
I don't hate that. No, I think I'm a little surprised that nobody commented on that.
Well, I like that the colors are different, and they're not also, it's muted, but it's not like camo tie-dye. I like it. It's not my favorite, but I do like it. Just a little bored. I like the butterfly clips. That's very cute and on the nose, but...
Well, it's a two-piece with straps and laces and tights.
It looks the same.
Yeah, she's wearing clunky platform heels.
Yeah, we got to get some new silhouettes out of Spice.
Like, could you imagine if she came down the runway in, like, a flowing Empire waist? And
that's more of a Marsha.
But I'm saying, like, could you imagine if she went full Padme Amidala, like dress? I
don't think they were born when that movie came out. Oh, this is where Rue says something funny. I kind of like this. I don't hate it. It looks like a 60s Barbie. It's fine. I'm not mad at it. I don't love it.
I don't like it because it looks like a design challenge to me. It looks like she threw it together.
I see.
Like, she had a bunch of like
pieces.
paisley fabric.
I see.
And she like...
That's fair.
That's the only thing that I don't... Oh.
Yep.
So... we already talked about the lip sync a little bit, but it was Robin and Jax. And that's what I started to say is it's like, I probably would have kept Robin and sent Jax home, because I just don't see Jax sticking around much longer.
That's the thing is, like, and I, like, sure, maybe Robin faded into the background a little bit so far, but, like, I think Jax has been weak every episode. So, like, that's, for me, what's frustrating. Is that, like, Jax has not been, like, bringing the runways the way that Robin has. And so I don't know. And I think Robin did a better lip sync, but we have established I'm not good at that. No. So I mean, Aura won, which we were shocked by.
And not in a tea, not in like a
no, but it's
she
like
didn't deserve it. But I just the way that the episode presented.
Well, the way the episode focused on how much she was struggling recording and like worried about her voice and stuff, I was like, surely that they're gonna recognize that in the actual recording during the lip sync.
Well, for me, Aura's strong. Her strength is her performance.
So her ability. She sold it so hard that they didn't notice the like, which is fine, but
I'm not sure if I think that's enough to win.
Like the whole thing?
Yeah.
No, probably not.
So, all right. Well, let us know what you think, and hopefully we will see you back next week. Like and subscribe. Head on over to our Patreon if you want to watch along with us, or watch plenty of other things like Wolfpack or Teen Wolf or the like. And thumbs up and